So welcome back, guys. In this video we're actually going to be doing two things. So we're going to be showing the user, and we're going to have a link to actually update the user's info. So let's just go ahead and do that. So right here, let's just create that. So yeah, so let's just do this right now. And so let's have a link right here, and this will be href, and this will be to user.php. And right here we want to pass an additional information with our link. So let's just do this, and user, and this will be php echo $user, and this will be id, because we want to pass the id to the page. So hopefully that makes sense to you. So let's just go ahead and see this. So this will be show, like you want to show the user. So let's just refresh. So we have this right here, and you can see the ID is being passed into the route. So we have these two. So we need to actually create this page right now. So let's just go ahead and create this page. Let's call this user.php, and in this place we actually need to get the ID. We need to get this ID from the address bar. So to do that, it's actually easy. We need to create a variable called ID, and right here we're going to use that get request. You know, I told you when we were doing forms that a get request actually echoes or display the uh, form information in the address bar. Now we're setting those form information ourselves, and that is a get method. So we need to actually use that get method now to retrieve this information from the address bar. So to actually do that, we're going to say $_post. Instead of using post now, it's going to be get, and right here we actually going to get this user key. So this will be user, and right here we should echo $ID, and let's just refresh this. You can see that two right here. So we can do anything we want with these two. So let's just say if is set $ID, that means if we have a value for ID, so we want to run this command. So we actually want to go and get that record. So we're now actually going to get this user with this ID. So we can now say SQL equal to select all from users, where just like we did for delete, ID is equal to $ID. So right here we're going to say $user. Now because we're getting this in as an array, so we're going to say MySQLi fresh array, and right here we're going to perform the query right now. So this will be query $SQL. So this is all we need to do. And right here for the form, let's just go ahead and bring out this form. So let's just copy this form. So let's close this PHP code, and right here let's just bring out this form. And you know what, let's just copy it from here. Yeah, So so we have those HTML tags and everything. And right here, let's just delete this table. So we need to reference this page back. And right here, let's just give this a value. And let's say the value is, so let's refresh. So I think this is a typo. So if we should come over here, you're going to see, let's just put this right here. So that is a typo. Let's just refresh now, and everything was the way it ought to have worked. So right here, this is all we need to do. So the next thing we need to do now is to actually create a PHP code for this, to actually see, check if this submit is actually set, and we can actually check on that. So if it's set underscore and $ underscore post submit. So if this button is clicked, want to, let's just test this and say okay. So let's just see how that is going to be. So let's just say undefined index user on line 2. Yeah, and that's because this is actually not being set anymore. So this is actually not being set anymore. So what we can do is actually redirect the user back to this form after they've update the information. So to do that, we can actually say this will be form.php. So after we perform the query, we want to redirect the user back to this form. So let's just see this for now, and let's just go to form, and let's just show this. So if we click this now, we're back to form. If we click this, we're back to form. So this is actually how you can also redirect your user from your code. So let's just go ahead and do that. So let's just say $name equal to $_ post, and this will be name. So what we can now do now is have a hidden input right here, just like we did right here. So let's just go ahead and copy this and paste it right here. So we have the hidden input right here, and this will be get. This will be underscore get, or since we have a variable getting keeping this value, we can just do $id. So to actually see this, you can do test, and you can actually refresh line 13, unexpected variable on line 13. Yeah, so let's just comment this out, do this. So we getting an error, and this is actually user, not id. So let's refresh. So we have the id right here. So let's take this back to an hidden input. So this will be hidden. So it's actually hidden right now. So right here we can now say $id is equal to $underscore post, and this will be id. So we can now actually go ahead and write our SQL now. So this will be select this will be an update actually. So update, so update users. So set, now this will be name. So the name will be equal to $name, and we can now give it a condition that says where id is equal to $id. So hopefully this makes sense to you, And right here we can now run the query SoonerWeb equal to and this actually save not SoonerWeb equal to $SoonerWeb, and this will be query. And right here we can now query the command that we created, and this should work perfectly without any errors. So let's just go ahead and refresh this. Let's try for Alice, and this will be there. And let's do this. So we have an error right here. This should be name. Yeah. So let's just do this. So let's try this again. There. Yeah. So you can see the name has been updated, and you can do the same thing for the sex. So let's just say sex. So this will be sex equal to $sex. So this is actually $. Yeah. So this is all we need to do. So let's just go here and change this to female. Let's see that it has been changed to female. Let's do for this, which is male. So it has been changed to male. So basically this is how you update information in your database. And in the next video we're going to actually look at object programming in PHP. So I'll see you next video, guys.